Hi guys, today I'm back with another video making a card from scratch with the Stamps by Me Limited paper It's All About You. So I'm going to be using the yellow collection again, and we're going to be using the Creator Card dies number 2. We're going to be using the 2 largest for this card. So I've got 2 sheets of A4 white card, and you want the largest one and 1 sheet of card first. And I'm going to place that right on the edge of my card, and I'm going to put a little bit of tape. So make sure this edge here is flush with the card. Add a little bit of tape just to hold it in position, like so. And then what we're going to do is we're only going to run half of it through the die cutter machine. So I'm just going to put half of it on my plates, and I'm just going to use another bit of tape there just to hold it in place, like so. And then I'm going to run that through my die cutter machine. So today I'm using the Gemini, but as long as you've got an A4 machine, you can do this. So I'm using the A5 plates for the Gemini because it runs through a little bit faster. So just carefully then undo your tape. There you go. And then bring in your scoreboard and place that edge against the edge of your scoreboard like so. So where the line finishes, I just want you to put a score line in, like so. Fold it over and burnish, okay, like so. Then get your paper trimmer place that edge up against the top and just trim each side so it's flush with the top here. So I'll do that again. I'll turn it over and get rid of that little bit. So I'm going to just turn it over, line it up on the top, and you'll have this shape. So you have this lovely edge, and then what I'm going to do then is I'm going to score, let me turn that over. So I'm going to score 1/2 inch and then another 1/2 inch, and I'm going to burnish them as well. I'm just going to use my finger for speed. Okay. So you want to fold that so you've got a mountain in the middle. Okay. And then pop it onto your mat, and you should have 8 inches left over. So I'm just going to put a little bit of a pencil mark or pen mark where my 8 inches is. And then I'm going to put that back in the trimmer and cut that off where that line is. Okay, so I'm going to do that again on another piece of card, just to run through it. So I've got my card, I've got my die on the edge, tape it into place, we'll be using this one as well on the card. So again, about halfway. And then a little bit of tape, just holding it to the mat so it doesn't move. Put the rest of your plates on and pop it through your machine. I'm doing it from the wrong angle. There we go. So take the tape off. Gently, like so. Pop your die to one side, we won't be using that again. Okay, bring your scoreboard back in. Score on that line. But this time what we're going to do is we're going to trim down the sides first. If I fold it over I can see where I'm going. Yeah. And then I'm just going to trim about half an inch, 3/4 of an inch past that score line. So we can score like so. So this now will be attached to the top of this here, like so. Let's just trim that bit there. Okay, so I'm just going to use some tape and a little bit of glue just to hold that in place. So I'm just going to fold that down, level that there on the edge, like so. So you have that. So what I'm going to do next is just make sure my edges are flush. I've got a little bit hanging over there, so I'll just trim that. There you go, like that, because we don't want to see that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the inside here. So that is, so I need to cut a piece of paper 7 by 3/4 by 7 and a half, just under. So I'm going to use this one with a lovely bird on it for my background. So that was just under 7.5 by just under 8, like so. So this is going to be the inner of the card. Excuse me, I got a real tickle in my throat lately. Okay, so you want to make sure that the mounting fold is at the bottom, and you want to glue this in there, like so. So just take your tacky glue, place that on the back. So now we're going to cut the bits to go on here. So we need the inner die now. So you've got the two largest ones, so make sure you've got the one that's the next size down. And we're going to use some nice pretty paper to cover that. So you could use, if you wanted to, you could use some of that, or you could use a different shade of paper out of the book. I'm going to go for the very similar shade, and I'm just going to cut that out and pop that through the machine. So I'll just trim that so it's smaller. My plates, that one out of the way. So I'll just pop a little bit of tape there, just in case. Run that through the machine. So then we have the inside shape. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop that the right way round. I'm going to pop that there. Like so, and then I'm just going to make sure it's centralised. I'm going to put a little bit of a pencil mark. I can't find a pencil. I'll just put a little bit of a pen mark. So you want to make sure that you leave a little white edge at the top. So I've put a pencil mark there, and I'm just going to pop that through the trimmer. I'm going to make sure it's lined up here on a line, or by eye, as close as you can, to make sure that's straight, like so. Is it that one or is it that one? So, and then I'm going to glue that in position there. So again, just with some tacky glue. Then I'm going to put this one on the bottom. Again, I'm just going to centralise it. I'm going to put a little pen mark where I want it to be trimmed. So I've got that white edge again. I'm going to bring it into for the trimmer. I'm going to make sure it's lined up here. And trim that down. And then I'm going to glue that in place there. If you prefer tape, use tape. So I'm just going to glue that there like that. Okay. So I'm going to join these two pieces together now with a piece of acetate. So I've got a piece of acetate, and I just want to make sure that I trim it down to the right size. So I'm just going to lay it on the inside, because then that way I know it'll be the perfect size. So I'm going to pop a little pen mark on there, and down the bottom here. So I've got a pen mark there and a pen mark there, and I'm trim that in my trimmer again. So make sure you're using a trimmer with a quite a sharp blade. This is why I like the Caterpillar, because it's a stay sharp. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a little bit of tape on the top here, and for this I'm going to use red tape because it's a little bit stronger with the acetate. So I'm going to put a bit there, and I'm going to put a bit along the top there. and making sure my acetate is up into the crease. Then I'm going to remove the backing. Making sure it's quite up, it's not overlapping at the sides, and then I'm going to press down like so. And then what I'm going to do is, for this bit, I want it to sit in the front. So if I put it there, I want the acetate to sit in there. Okay? So put your red tape along the bottom, again, like so. And across the top. Take the backing off, and I'm going to fold down, bring that in. Actually, I'll do the two at the same time, that'll be easier. So making sure now that this is sitting in the front, making sure it's level, I'm putting my acetate so you have that shape. So that's going to stand up lovely. So now I'm going to decorate it. So what I've done is I've already cut out some flowers and some leaves. I am going to do a little bit of colouring today as well to show you. So what I'm going to do is first is I'm going to bring in a bit of paper to colour on. So I'm going to be using my Gossip markers. So I've already stamped, let's do the leaf first. So I'll do the leaf first. So the colours I'm using for this, and if I bring you in a bit closer, there we go. So I'm using the Gossip markers, and I'm using terracotta, mint green and marigold. So terracotta is YR21, the mint green is G56, and the marigold is YR24. So I'm going to start with my lighter colour, and I'm just going to pop where I think some of the lightness will be. And then I'm just going to flick in a bit of the terracotta around the edges. Everybody colours different. If you prefer to colour a different way, do it that way. And then the mint green, I'm just going to flick into that again. So from both sides. Don't be afraid. If you flick your pens better one way than you do another way. And I'm just going to go over that because I want it to be a bit more. There we go. Yeah, don't be afraid to turn your paper, because I like to flick outwards and not towards me. So I'm putting my lighter colour down first, then I'm going in with a little bit darker. So I can never get my flicks right that way. So I'm just flicking the colour in, and then in with the green. And I'm just flicking my colour in over the so I'm going to just go over there. That will just blend those in a bit better. So I'm just going to put my light colour in, and I'm going to flick my dark into my light. Then with my mint green, I'm just going to flick in. You don't have to use 3 colours, you can just use 2 if you want to. But I've tried to pick the colours that go with the actual papers. I found these ones are quite a good match. So, and you can take longer than what I am here. I'm just doing a quick one just to show you on video. Tony will have loads of colouring videos where she goes into a little bit more depth than what I'm going into. So if you have a look on YouTube for the Stamps by Me channel, you'll find loads there, loads of inspiration there. So a little bit up there perhaps as well. So again, I'm just flicking the browny colour into the marigold, and then with the green I'm just going to go oh sorry, it's my phone vibrating, and I'll just do this bottom leaf all in green. There we go. And if you're not quite happy, you can always go back in, add another, have another go with your colours. If you think it's not quite blended to where you want it, I don't think that looks too bad. So just put my lids on there, on the green, and then I'll just show you what I did with the flower. So I'm only using the terracotta and the marigold. So I like to put my light colour down first. So, like so. And I also like to do one petal at a time. And then I'm just going to flick out where the lines are that are in the stamp for the shading. Okay. So again, I'm just going to put my light colour down first. And then I'm just going to flick out, and I find that blends lovely. So I'm just going to go round with my light colour, and then with the dark just flick out. I'm just going to pop a little bit down there in the centre, like so. So, do my light. I don't know if this is the, the proper way, but this is the way I like to do it. And at the end of the day, I think you've just got to do what you feel comfortable with, and if you think it looks alright, go with it. That's what I say. Because I am not a professional colourist. I just like to play. So, 2 more leaves. A lot of people like to put their dark down first and then go in with their light. But just do what you feel comfortable with, I think. There we go. And then I'm just going to go in with a darker colour. For the centre. Like so. So, just missed that one there, like so. So that's me colouring, a little bit of colour in. So I'll just put my nibs back on, make sure I put them in the right way, make sure they're tight. There we go. So let's continue with the card. So I'll zoom you back out. Here we go. So now I'm going to put some of the leaves behind. I think I'll put one in front and one of the flowers. I'm going to put behind as well. So you can have them sticking out the card if you want to. Just do the front ones first, and then so I'm just going to use a bit of tape, a bit of 3D foam pad. As you all know, I like to mention in my cards. I just put a little bit of glue on the bottom there. So you won't see the back where the foam pads are. And what I've also done is I've also used the hummingbird on the branch from the blue collection as well. So I'm going to pop that in here as well. So I'm going to put that there. So again, I'm just going to put a little bit of 3D foam pad on the back of the bird, like so, and I'll put a little bit on those end leaves. One leaf should be fine, and on this edge, and then I'll put a little bit of glue on the bottom of the branch. To hold that in place. So I'm going to pop a little bit of glue there. You could use a 3D foam pad if you wish. So I'm going to pop that there like that. There we go. And then I'm going to put a large flower there as well. So I'll just put, I'm going to use 2 bits of foam pad behind this one. One on top of the other, like so. Put that there. And then on the inside then, I'm going to put that one about there and the leaf. Give the leaf some dimension. Again with some 3D foam, I'll just put one behind it on the inside. And I'll put that up further to there. And then I'll put 2 bits of foam behind this flower. If I can get there it comes. Sometimes it doesn't come off as easy as you hope. There we go. So just put your hand in there. Oh, sorry, you can hear my dog barking. People out in their gardens. He doesn't know the voice. He's a bit, what are you doing there? He's a bit protective over all my neighbours. So I'm going to put another flower on this side. Again, I'll use 2 bits of foam pads there, and I'll put another flower in there like so. There we go. So that's all we need to add now is the sentiment. So we have these lovely sheets on the back of the book with tags on. So we'll use one of those, I think. Perhaps I'll use this one. And so I'll just cut that out. and trim around it. And what I love with the tags is that all the sentiments that come with the stamps fit inside these tags as well. So just take your time trimming around it. Like so, and then I'm going to use a stamp, my Eureka, pop that there. So you can have your tag going that way, or you could have your tag going that way, whatever you feel more comfortable with when you pop it in. And then I'm going to put have a lovely day. I think I'm going to use this time. And I'm going to use my VersaFine, and I'm going to go for the grey because I don't want it to be too dark on the card. I'll just go over that once more just to make sure. Here we go, like so. And then I'm going to just use my hole punch. I'm going to punch a hole there. And then what I like to do is I like to use these, and then I like to colour them in. So I think I'll use the green, and then I'll just colour that in, just so everything matches, like so. Just wait for the alcohol to dry and then move it onto there, like so. And I might pop it there actually, and then just find a bit of string. I've got a bit of string to hand. No, hang on, let me just go and get a bit of string. So I've got a bit of string here. So I'll just pop that through the hole. Like so. And what I like to do is I just like to hoop it. I'll pop it on, pop a little bit of tape on the back just to hold that in place. I'll trim that excess off. And I think we'll use a bit of 3D foam. God, I go through some 3D foam. I love it. There we go, like so. I don't know if I want to put it there now, or do I want to put it? No, I'll pop it there for now. We'll see. There we go. And there you have, it's an 8x7 card, 10th fold. It's really, really pretty. Nice, simple to use. Thanks for watching. See you soon.